Hello, dear student, how are you? I hope you are all right. Welcome to a new English class with me. Our lesson today will be The Light Beam That Got Away, Part 1 and 2. In this lesson, we are going to learn to talk about stars and space fluently, to identify main ideas and detailed information by listening to a text, and to learn some new vocabulary and how to use them to debate and discuss space facts and so on. Are you ready? Okay, let's start. First, look at this picture. When you look at the sky at night, what do you see? Cool. How far do you think these things are from Earth? Are they near or far? If they are far, how far do you think they are? Well done. Thank you. And okay, let's start with our learner's book on page 138. We are going to read and listen to Gedanken and Uncle Albert talking about some topics related to stars and space. So, Gedanken is a schoolgirl who has to decide what to write about for a school science project. She goes to see her Uncle Albert, a famous scientist, and tells him about the project. They go outside and sit in a park, looking up at the stars in the night sky. So, listen and follow in the text.
How far away are they, Uncle?
A long way.
But how far?
Oh, he paused, lost for words. So far that well, it takes years for their light to get here.
What?
Goduncan was not sure she had heard him correctly. Yes, years. That light we're now looking at was given out years ago. It's taken that long to get here.
But why? It doesn't take time for light to go from one place to another. When I put on a light at home, the light goes everywhere at the same time.
Not quite, explained Uncle Albert. It only seems to get everywhere at once. That's because rooms are small. You don't notice the tiny, tiny time it takes for the light to go from the lamp bulb to the walls. But out there in space, it's different. The stars are a long, long way off, and their light takes ages to make the journey to us, and that's despite how fast it goes.
How fast?
300,000 kilometers a second. He saw her looking blank, so added, 186,000 miles a second. She still didn't seem to take it in. 5 times round the earth in the time it takes to say rice pudding.
5 times?
That's right. That's how fast it goes. And it still takes years to get here from those stars, even at that speed. They continued to sit there, gazing up at the sky, lost in thought.
Okay, what are Gedanken and Uncle Albert talking about? How many planets there are? How people travel to the moon? How fast light travels? Yes, sure. They are talking about how fast light travels. Do you remember the number? How fast is it? Yes, it is 300,000 kilometers a second, or 186,000 miles a second. That's interesting. Okay, now let's go to the activity 3. Are these sentences below true or false? Read them and correct the false sentences. Gedanken is thinking about possible topics for her school work. Uncle Albert is a science teacher. Gedanken and Uncle Albert are looking at the stars. It takes a very long time for light to travel to Earth. Gedanken already knew the information that Uncle Albert told her. Come on, you have 3 minutes to do them. Okay, now let's check the answers. Gedanken is thinking about possible topics for her schoolwork. True. Uncle Albert is a science teacher. False. He is a scientist. Gedanken and Uncle Albert are looking at the stars. True. It takes a very long time for light to travel to Earth. True. Gedanken already knew the information that Uncle Albert told her. False. She doesn't know the information, and she was surprised. Were your answer correct? Excellent. Well done. Okay, now we will move to the activity book, page 114. And the first activity. Read the extract again from the novel. The time and space of Uncle Albert. Put the sentences about the story in the correct order. Uncle Albert uses lots of numbers to explain about the light traveling from the stars to Earth. B. Gedanken and her uncle to look at the sky. C. Gedanken asks her uncle how far away the stars are from Earth. Gedanken finds the idea of light traveling from the stars difficult to understand. Gedanken says that light doesn't take time to travel. Come on, order them. You have 3 minutes. Okay, now let's check the answers. So, the first one was Gedanken and her uncle look at the night sky. Then, Gedanken asks her uncle how far away the stars are from Earth. 3. Gedanken says that light doesn't take time to travel. And the fourth one is Uncle Albert uses lots of numbers to explain about the light traveling from the star to Earth. After that, Gedanken finds the idea of light traveling from the stars difficult to understand. Okay, and now we will move to the second activity. Complete the text with these words. It is about how light travels. You can use the story to help you. The words are home, kilometers, earth, 5, room, years, fast, far, night. Read the text slowly and do the task. You have 2 minutes. Okay, now let's check the answers. When we look at the stars in the sky at night, the light that we see has taken years to travel to Earth. This is because the stars are so far away from Earth, but light still travels very fast at 300,000 kilometers a second. At this speed, light could travel 5 times around the world in about 1 second. When we put on a light at home, we don't notice the time it takes for the light to travel from the bulb to fill the room because it is so short. Now, back to the learner's book, page 139, lesson 11, the light beam that got away, part 2. The first activity, discuss the questions with your partner. When Uncle Albert was young, he believed that stars were little lights stuck on to the inside of a big round roof. What did you believe about the stars when you were very young? Come on, tell us. Let's hear interesting information about you. Cool. Now, which topic do you think Gedanken might choose for her science project and why? The stars and moon, or the journey of light from space to Earth? What do you think and why? You can take notes and share these ideas with your friend on WhatsApp group or on your emails. Now, we'll move to the second activity, numbers. Why are these numbers important in the story? Write the words as numbers. 300,000 kilometers a second. 186,000 miles a second. What these numbers reminds you of? Yes, it is the speed of light. Now who can write them? Read them and write them down, please. So here's the answer, 300,000 and 186,000. Now let's move to activity 3. Word study, expressions with take. Look at these expressions with take from the story. In what way are they all similar? It takes years for their light to get here. It's taken that long to get here. It doesn't take time for light to go from one place to another. Their light takes ages to make the journey to us. How are they similar to each other? Think of it. Yes, excellent. All of them are trying to introduce duration, or how much time does this take. It takes years, or take a long time, or take time. It gives us the idea of taking time, the duration. How much time do we need to do this, or to achieve this? You can find them in the story. Now, activity 4. Discuss the questions with your partner. How long does it take you to get to school? How much time do you need? Cool. I usually take about 15 to 20 minutes to get to school. What about you? Come on, tell us. And tell us, how do you go to school? By bus or by car? And which is faster, the bus or the car? 2. How much time does it take to travel from your home to your nearest family member? Very good. Actually, it takes me about 10 minutes to arrive to my cousins. 3. Tell me about something that it takes ages to do. Come on, think of an interesting one. Excellent. Thank you all. Now we will move to a lovely activity. It is about pronunciation of letter A. How do you pronounce A in these words from the story? Write the words in 2 different columns. Then listen and check. I'm not going to read these words. Try to order them according to your pronunciation. Okay, let's listen and check now.
R. Say. Star. Take. Away. Fast.
Okay, then we have got 2 ways of pronouncing A, like say, A, away, play, and star, fast, R. Come on, try to read them. Excellent, thank you. Okay, now move to your activity book, page 115. Exercise 2, pronunciation. Listen and repeat these words. Which sound for the letter A do you hear in each group?
1. Ask. Last. Start.
Yes, it is R.
2. Strange. Amazing. Place.
Excellent, it is A. Well done. Now, exercise 3. Listen and repeat these words. Match the A sound with group 1 or 2 in activity 2. Read them and match them to the suitable group 1 or 2. Okay, let's see. Now the first group, ask, last, start. We have hard, park, laugh. Interesting, huh? Yes, say it, repeat it. Repeat the sound, ah, like ask. But here in the second group we have A, like strange. Let's see. Okay, in the second group we have A, like space, plane, and stay. Excellent. Well done. Now move to the activity book, page 115. Label the picture with the words in the box and then color it in. A plane, a planet, a spaceship, a satellite, Mars, space, stars, the earth, the moon. Come on. Label them. You have 2 minutes. Okay, let's see now. A, the moon. B, it's a planet. C, it's a satellite. D, a plane. E is the earth. F is Mars. And G, they are stars. H, a spaceship. And the last one is space. Come on, check your answer and correct them if they are wrong. Well done, thank you. And finally, we will move to your learner's book, page 139, to discuss some values about learning from family members. I need to hear your answers, so think and give me your opinion. What information did Gedanken learn from her Uncle Albert? Yes, she learned about the speed of light and far stars and how much time it will take to reach the Earth. Which school subject will it help her with? Excellent. Science, and especially science project. 2. How do your family members help you with your school work? What do they do for you? Very good. Who's the most helpful one in your family? Is it your mom? Or your dad? Or maybe your younger brother or older brother? Sisters are always helpful. Come on, tell us. And why? Why does he or she help you frequently? Okay, finally, tell us about something important that you have learned from someone in your family. It can be about school, work, or useful advice about anything at all. I'll be pleasant to hear this from you. Well done, thank you. And that was everything for today. Did you enjoy the lesson? I hope so. See you next time. Goodbye.